Fantasy collection. So, where did I put my coffee? So I've been working on this collection that I'm probably going to call Forest Fantasy. And it contains a number of different pieces of artwork. And they're all a bit like Care of Magical Creatures from Harry Potter. So there'll be elements of spiders, of unicorns, werewolves, all sorts. It's going to be really good. And so today I want to show you the next little clutch of magical creatures. By the way, what do you think to the headdress? I'm making myself some horns, some antlers for my next event, which will be in May next year. There might be an opportunity to wear them sooner. So I'm just working out whether I think they look right or whether this bit needs to point upwards a bit or not, whether I could put like a little jewel hanging down there. Most importantly, it's whether they actually stay on the head. So we'll see how we go. So, what I want to show you today is the unicorn collection. I've made a couple of unicorns before. One I sold at the festival in May this year, and the other, Lonely Soul, is about this sort of size, and is currently waiting for his forever home. I should go and get him really and show you. So I'm working on some smaller scale pieces that I hope will make some nice pocket money gift prices. So the first up is this one. It's not quite finished yet. I still need to finish painting the base and painting some of the paintwork around here where some of the acrylic needs a bit more work to be done to it. So this one is a lovely mother unicorn and her little foal. Aren't they lovely? I'd love to meet one. Oh, I'd love to meet one. How would you feel if you met one? What would it be like? Would it be like that realization that actually there is this other world that you believe is there, you know the magic is there, but sometimes into the daily grind of everything, it's like it's really hard to tap into it and just touch and know that it's there. Sometimes I go for a walk on my break, or I go to my little biodiversity area that I'm working really hard. I planted over 100 trees there in November with the help of the Shropshire Wildlife Trust, and it's growing bit by bit. I'm hoping to make the whole area, I can't describe the size. I suppose it's the size of a football pitch, but I've never been to a football pitch, so I couldn't actually really tell you because I can't stand ball games. But it's big. I'll measure it, I'll tell you, I'll measure it. And I've planted all of these trees. I've got a wildflower meadow to sort out at some point in the next month or so. And I go there and feel like I can touch base with nature a little bit again. So back to my Forest Fantasy creatures. So I don't know if you tuned in yesterday or a few days ago, where I showed you my horned beasts. So they were a bit like this, with antlers, sort of very much the Herne, Cnunos type figure. But today I'm working on a small series of these little unicorn figures. So this one needs a bit more work. And then I've got two more in the series. Excuse me whilst I have a drink, I'm very thirsty. I went for a run. Saw a house that came on the market that I thought, oh, that's an interesting property. Way out of my league at the moment. Could not afford that at all. So I went to have a little run past it, and it's an old flint mill. And it's got the water wheel feature, and the river runs very close by, which you'd expect being a water mill. And it was beautiful, but just too close to the road for me, too close to the main road. If I was going to spend a lot of money on a property, I wouldn't want to be hearing cars and lorries going whooshing and shushing by all the time. I like my peace. I'd be quite happy with a tiny cottage in the country with plenty of trees, and a studio that gets lots of sun, and a catio for Dennis the cat. Anyway, I digress. Oh, that's a nice coffee. So, the next one that's up is this little chap, or chapess. I haven't really assigned a gender. Maybe we could. I don't know if there's a difference. Do you think there's a difference between male and female unicorns, apart from, like the obvious differences? Do you think that they would look different? Would the male unicorns be a bit more muscular? I'd kind of expect that, perhaps, like stallions are bigger, muscular, beautiful, magnificent creatures. My auntie's got a stallion, lovely. And so this is the unicorn. But what I need to work on today, let me show you the hooves. So where I've attached it to the base, this base, by the way, is a piece of stone from Boscastle. And where I've attached it to the base, I want to just infill, because there's like little gaps, if you can see, where some of the hooves aren't quite touching properly. The contact is there, it's solid, but I'm going to make some extra bits on the hooves. I'll show you this one as well, because I want to do the same to this one. So this one has got a bit more movement to it, and it stood on a piece of Welsh slate. When did we go to Wales? Must have been like 3 or 4 years ago that we went off to Wales. We didn't have the camper van then. And we stayed in these secret yurts. They were lovely. Well, the yurt was beautiful with a hot tub outside. It was a real treat. And we went for a walk. I think it was called, I can't remember the name of the waterfall. But whilst we were there, I collected this piece of Welsh slate, and I've attached my sculpture to it. So I'm going to work on these pieces. And what I'm going to use is this stuff, which I love, and it's called Liquitex Acrylic Medium, and it's basically a white kind of goo, and it sets hard, it sets rock hard, so it would be great for sculpture. Oh, that's better. Have to wet your whistle. So what I'm going to do is just, it's a bit hands-on, this is. So I'm just going to dip my finger in the acrylic, and I'll try and show you what I'm doing. So I'm pressing the acrylic into the gap. I'll shape it in a minute. The important thing at the moment is to get plenty of acrylic into that gap so it's nice and sealed. And then the same at the back here, which I can see but you can't. It does dry white, so I can always sort of paint over the white on the slate if I decide that I want a different colour. I don't want the white to be showing on the slate. So I'm just building up the acrylic, and then I'll add the shape into the hooves as we go. Okay, so that's enough on that one. A bit more on that side, I think. Nicer weather today. Yesterday was awful. It just didn't get light. And normally I go out for a run, but I just didn't feel like it. I just didn't want to get soaking wet and cold. So I did a bit of yoga in the house instead, just to calm my nervous system down. So I'm going to work on this one at the back here. So I'm just pushing the acrylic into the gap at the back. I could actually put a spattering of snow on here, actually. That would help to tie in, wouldn't it? What does that look like? Just dab a bit on. There we are, a bit of snow on there. I love this acrylic. It's so versatile. Can't remember when I discovered it, actually. I think I was looking for some modelling paste, and I bought some grey modelling paste, which was fine, but it wasn't versatile enough. It didn't have it wasn't as thick as this, and it didn't set as full-bodied, and it dried quite quickly as well, which meant it was quite difficult to work with. So I'm pushing quite a lot of this acrylic in there, into all the gaps around the base of the hooves. Like that. Let's work on the one at the front. So I wonder what you're all doing today, given that it's so close to Christmas now. People always ask, don't they, oh, are you ready for Christmas? No, is the answer. No, I am actually. I am. Well, sort of. I've got, I wanted to make, no, I will make a table runner, a festive table runner. I ordered some fabric samples all the way from the States, so I really should, I should really make this table runner. I bought some candles off Etsy, and I've bought some new napkins off Etsy, all green, handmade, because I like to support other artists as well, because I know it's difficult, to get known and to sell your pieces and make a bit of money doing it as well, and it's such a buzz. It's such a lovely feeling when something that you've made like this and someone buys it because they feel the magic. It's like a universal connection somehow. It's very difficult to describe, but it's like an elated feeling, and it's highly addictive, which is good, because then that makes you create more. So back to the candles. I bought the candles, and I bought the napkins. They're beautiful. They're green with like a gold edge to them. And I need to make this table runner. So I've sewed together like I've got all these squares, basically, with different winter fabric, Yule type patterns on them. And I've sewn them all together in one long strip, and I just need to edge them with something. And I've got the something, which is some gold fabric, gold velvet. But I just need to do it. I just need to put it together. And it's just getting the time, the closer you get, then there's things take time, they take longer than you sort of expect them to take, and then other things, come up, and sort of family things, and the time just vanishes. So that's why I've stolen this little quiet moment of peace in my studio. Absolute peace. To make something magical. There, so that's quite a lot of acrylic. I might put another layer on once it's dry. So now I'm just shaping the acrylic so it looks more like the hair that goes over hooves. Fetlocks? Fetlocks, yeah. because that's the forelock, isn't it? The bit at the front, and the fetlock is this bit here. So I'm just going to use a tool like this, and I'm going to shape some lines through. Nothing too major. And then it just looks like the hair that comes over the hooves. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot of detail. And there we have it. So if I tip it up that way, you can see that I've put some fetlock hair onto those 4 hooves. And that gives a nice effect for the unicorn. So just clean my fingers of any excess acrylic, just wipe it on because it's all the same material. And then this one can sit and dry. So that's the unicorn one there. Just pop that one at the end. And then the next thing for me to do is to work on this one. But I'm not going to show you that because you've just seen me do the other one. Instead, I just want to introduce you to my next set of magical creature pieces, because there's a story behind these ones. So this one is my spider in the forest. So you know on Harry Potter there was Aragog and all the spiders in the forest. Well, this one is a little bit inspired, a bit like that. But also, there's such a thing that I read on Facebook a couple of days ago called the Yule spider. I didn't know anything about that. If any of you know about that, then drop some notes in the comments. Let me know. Teach us all to understand a bit more about it. And I was wondering whether I should make the little silk bobbly bit that spiders have at the back. Whether I should make that part a different colour, like a red, so it stands out, or whether actually you quite like this gothic feel to it. So it's all 3D. I just need to attach a little piece of wire here so that it can hang on a wall, and then that becomes the finished piece of artwork. So this little spider was found in a drawer in an office, and I found it as I happened to be getting a key. And I asked the person whose office it was if did this belong to anybody, and turns out that it's been in there for 2 years. Nobody claimed it, so I asked if I could have it so I could make some artwork, and thankfully they said yes, of course you can. So this is what happened. I think it's like it must have come from a brooch or something, because there's little holes. You probably can't see it very well here, especially given that I painted it. And it must have been a brooch, and it's obviously fallen off. And I have therefore kept it. So that's the first one. And then the other one, the other spider piece, it's not quite finished yet. I just need to put some gold paint on, is this one. So if I twist it, you can see the spider's a bit more of a tarantula-y kind of spider. Probably helps you to see it a bit more clearly. And this one was a broken hair clip, like a child's hair clip for Halloween. Poor spider, completely detached, lost and forgotten, and I picked it up, brought it home and gave it a new home with a web. Now what I need you to tell me is, can you see the web itself? Because these bits are quite clear, but I'm not sure that the actual web itself part is clear enough. And I might go over that again with some gold acrylic. It comes in a tube, and it's called gutter, and you sort of squeeze it out the tube, and I might use that to make the shapes so it stands out a little bit more. Okay, so, oh, there's one more. There's one more little unicorn for me to show you. So this is the last one that I've made, and it's designed to be a Christmas tree hanging. And it's this one here. Just need to chop off the tail a bit there. Too much of a tail end there. And it's a little cute unicorn designed to hang on your Yule Christmas tree. These are all found things. Like if I go into charity shops and I look for old toys that are broken, and I scour eBay to see what people are selling for like not very much at all, that would otherwise just go into the bin, go to landfill or you know, to go wherever. And I collect these things in and make them into something else, something beautiful. Because why wouldn't you want to like give something a new life? And it's part of my ethos as a pagan to want to protect the planet and do as much as I can. And recycling is a big part of that. And that's where my desire to not throw things away, I just thought, well, could I use it for something? And then my creativity sort of took over and grew and grew until I'm able to sort of take some quite unusual things and turn them into something else. In fact, one of these is this one. So this one is actually quite heavy because inside she has got some old broken, like they were bent camping tent pegs, you know, the metal pegs, and I've used that to give some structure under the dress. And then inside she's got a sort of a locky bolt thing, you know, the thing that you put the key in and you twist it. I don't know what that mechanism bit is called. The barrel, that's it, the barrel. And it was quite this sort of size and quite heavy, but broken, no good. The keys are no good, end of. So I kept the barrel and the keys, and they're inside. You'd never know. And it gives her some nice weight, so it makes her feel like she's made of some substantial things, when actually she's made of a load of recycled metal inside, and the hat is fabric with fabric hardener, and the dress is all made out of an old shirt with fabric hardener. So she's entirely recycled. She's going to be my summer witch. I just need to finish painting her. I'll show you the other one as well, whilst I'm at it. So this one here, hi Matha, just looking at the comments and seeing who's joined in now. So this one is going to be my little autumn witch. Look at the cauldron, it's so sweet. So she's got her autumn offerings. I'll probably put some conkers and some acorns on her. And I don't know whether to leave her black or whether to paint her in sort of autumny type colours. What do you think? Drop a comment and let me know whether you think leave her black or paint her autumny colours. I'm very interested to know what you think. This one, whilst we're on my Four Seasons witches, this one is the Winter Witch. She's actually sold to a collector. I love her. I love the snow and the crystal. Look at that crystal, the way it catches the light. It's awesome, isn't it? So she's about to go out to her home. And then the last one in the collection of witches is this lady, who is the spring one. And she became spring because to me she looks like she's got a little bit of a bump. Like she's giving birth to spring. She's got the spring inside of her. And she's made from all recycled bits and pieces as well. What did I put inside your structure? Oh yeah, tent pegs and keys. Keys, they add a lot of weight. And washers. Yes, so there we go. So that's it for today. A bit of a shorter one. So if you've enjoyed watching, please do like and subscribe and all that stuff that people tell you to do, because it helps me to grow my channel. And growing my channel helps me to grow as an artist and reach more people who enjoy my artwork. If you've got any questions or anything, please drop them in the comments and I will pick them up at some point. I do have a website, doesn't have all of these things on it yet, and that's Claire Valentine Artist, and my name is spelled Claire, Claire Valentine Artist. All the links are on my channel. If you go to my channel, you'll be able to find everything. And on there, I've got some wonderful sculptures, and I've just actually split down the shop into categories. So on the homepage, you can shop by moon art, by spirit guardian animals, by elemental for water, air, earth and fire. And I'm starting to add my pieces now so that they represent magical collections. So you can search under a subject that you're interested in. So that's all for today. I'm going to go and wash the acrylic off my fingers, and I will be back again soon in a few days. So have a lovely weekend, and thank you very much for watching me. Bye all for now.